Hi, this is Ken from mytajgarage.com, and today we're going to take a look at replacing the coolant sensor on a 2003 Cadillac CTS. I did some searches on the web and I really couldn't find a lot of information on it, so hopefully this video will help you out. When taking a look, this is the V6 model here and I'm halfway through the process. This is the sensor that we're replacing. It's actually the old sensor that we have out of the car. Let's take a look to see how we got here. When approaching this, the first thing that you have to do is actually take off the intake plenum. There's some Torx bolts. There's 4 of them that go around the outside of the plenum here. Those need to be removed. There's a couple of bolt hole Torx, smaller Torx, that are also on the outside of the plenum that need to be removed, both on the left side and the right side. There's some hoses for vacuum, and then there is the air intake hoses that need to be removed as well. Go ahead and take all those off, pull the plenum off. There are some vacuum lines that are on the underside of the plenum and an electrical fitting as well that need to be removed from the plenum. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on here. These are the 2 intake hoses right here. You had to be able to unscrew those and pull those off the plenum. Here's one of those vacuum lines. Here's another vacuum line that we had to remove right there. In order to take the plenum off, there was some vacuum lines on top of the plenum that needed to be removed here. Those were removed by Torx right there, and then a couple other Torx that were on the plenum as well. Just set that to the side. The other item that had to be removed from taking off the plenum was the power steering assembly right here. There were 2 bolts that were on top. Simply pull the plenum off the top and you'll see the 6 intake cylinders for intake areas for the cylinders that you have there. The one thing that was the big trick on this was actually removing the cowl to be able to get to it. The coolant temperature sensor is actually in the back left of the car, and in order to be able to get to that we had to take the cowling off that normally goes against that, and to be able to do that you actually had to remove the right side of the car's cowling on this side. It's secured by 4 different screws that had to be removed. Then the cowling on the left side of the car could be removed. After remove the cowling, also remove the windshield wiper motors that go right here. I actually have them sitting here. All of that was fairly easily able to be removed. You did have to pull the windshield wipers off and pull those off to be able to remove the all those different items. Let's take a look at actually where this thing resides. It's way back here in the back. There are several different electrical junctions that fittings that needed to be removed right through there, but if you actually were to remove those, you got really nice access. If you take a look way back in there, you can see it's connected right to the intake, kind of down there where I have some electrical tape, and it's a brass fitting that goes down in there. Take it off with a 3/4 inch deep socket after removing the electrical fitting, and it comes out. A lot more coolant there than I thought there would be, so got to be able to clean all that up. I hope to be able to put everything back in at the same much better rate than it came off. Typically the book has about an hour and a half to be able to take this apart. I'm probably sitting at about an hour and a half right now. So once I figured out actually where it was on the back left hand corner, be able to take the intake plenum off, and the silver bullet was the windshield wipers motors. If you take those motors off, you'll be able to get to that pretty well. Hopefully everything will come back together. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a comment on my video posting on YouTube, and I hope to be able to see that it all comes back together and things are working well. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.